So let's think about mathematics. It has a process, it has a way of doing. Okay, so let's think about 4 plus 4 plus 4, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Now I'm going to give you an idea about doing math. So this means 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So is equal to, you just count all of them. Okay, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, or this one is 3, here also 3, here also 3, here also 3. Now that also becomes 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 6 12. Now these are additions, right? Now let's look at something like what is 4 times 3. So 4 times 3. Now 4 3 times. So addition turns into repeated addition in multiplication, because this is that 1 out of that 3. This is that second 4, and this is the third 4. So 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, and you get 12 as the answer. Now that's the same thing, because 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 6, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 times 4 is also 12. Now the multiplication skill is basically repeated addition. Now what you should do when you have subtraction or division, okay, subtraction you already know, that take away, right? You reduce things. But what about division? So you had the same numbers like 12 divided by 4. The question is how many groups of 4 you can make with 12. So you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Now you need groups of 4. So you have one group, the second group, and the third group. So 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Now this is the same logic you apply when you see something like 3 divided by half. The question is how many groups of halves you can make out of 3. So the same logic, because each one, see here, 1 2 3. So how many groups of half? So this one has 2, this one has 2, this one has 2. So there are 2 halves in one, another 2 halves in another one, another 2 halves in another one. Therefore, or else you ask the same question, how many 50 cents are there in $3? So the question is there are 6. So basically, if you understand the logic of division, groups, grouping, fractions will become easy. Division with the fractions will become easy. This is basically you flip and multiply. So you will learn that you will flip this fraction, put it over 2 over 1, and 3 times 2 is 6. So when there are complicated things, you could apply the rule, but the logic is how many groups of halves you can have in 3. So basically you should understand that multiplication is a repeated addition. Division is kind of a grouping. So it's very easy to understand when it says 5 divided by 1/4. Okay, 5 divided by 1/4. Now how would you do that? So the logic is each one has actually 4 quarters. So the second one also have 4 quarters. The third one, the whole, also have 4 quarters. Another one, fourth. Now another one, fifth. It's solved because this one has 4, this one has 4, this one has 4, 4, 4. So you got 20 as the answer. 5 whole number divided by 1/4. There are 20 quarters in $5, right? 25 cents. Okay, in $5. So because each $1, imagine this one has $1, this one has another dollar, this one has another dollar, this one has another dollar, another dollar. Each $1 has 4 quarters for 25 cents each. Now there is a process to do it. You will say flip and multiply the fraction. So 4 goes over top, 1 go over here. So 5 times 4 is 20. So how many groups that you can make? That's the concept of division. So addition, then repeated addition becomes multiplication, then division becomes a grouping. Okay, so that's very important. 8 divided by 4, the logic is how many groups of 4 you can make out of 8? 2, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So you have to think about 2 groups. That's the same question. 8 divided by half, how many groups of halves you can make out of 8? Because each one has 2 halves, so 8 will have 16 halves. Okay, so understand the logic of math operations whenever you do some math. That will help you a lot in doing math all over.